Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the study. Going to be talking about a recent trade I made in the biotech sector, and that is the ticker symbol APDN, Applied DNA Sciences Incorporated. I shared this trade with the Trade Study Vision members, and if you want to follow along, just check out thetradestudy.com to learn more about it. This is a trade related to the ongoing monkeypox spread taking place, and how bad or serious is this issue? Well, the Biden administration has declared the monkeypox outbreak to be a public health emergency. And if you're wondering what this virus looks like, well, it's similar to smallpox, and it causes these blister-like lesions that are very painful and can be filled with fluid-like pimples spread throughout the body. You can also get your usual flu-like symptoms such as fever, and it spreads through close contact, skin to skin, face to face, and through sexual contact as well. So now with the background being covered, you may be wondering, why did I choose this name to trade? Well, before I tell you, I need you to make sure to like the video. That helps me out a ton, and you can also share this information with a friend or family member too. And this outbreak's happening is pretty scary, and knowing this little bit of information can be extremely valuable. So anyways, now back to the trade. Why did I choose this name and not other popular monkeypox stocks popping off? There's quite a couple right there. And well, to be honest, I only knew of SIGA, which was SIGA, and that name took off, gained lots of upside, and the only other name I knew was APDN, which I came across. And before finding about the other names, there were just so many things, primarily three things I like about this name. And when you look at the stock chart here, let me pull up Thinkorswim. You have volume driving this up, which is a important requirement to be able to take place in these momentum high velocity trades. You could see just day one right here. I mean, this used to be a penny stock, not too much activity. As you can see, this is a daily chart, and then boom, day one, topping over 100 million volume. Another day two with another 100 million volume. Day three, another 100 million volume. And day four with almost 50 million volume. This is very good to be able to move in and move out, as you can see by these wide ranges on these daily candles. Now, why am I mentioning the volume? Let's look at the fundamentals here. Here is Applied DNA Sciences, APDN. And what I like to look at is the number of outstanding shares, which is the total number of shares issued by the company and actively held by shareholders in the market. So this includes retail and institutions. This is the number of shares active. Next, we take into consideration the market cap. And how you get that number, you just take the total shares outstanding times the stock price. That will give you the market cap. So we're looking at 52.4 million. So with 52 million, right, only 9 million shares available and volume easily 10 times or more, you can easily expect a wide move. We saw 100 million volume 3 days in a row. Remember, the general rule of thumb here is going back to supply and demand. The greater number of shares, when you look at all these older companies that have been around for decades, these stock prices are harder to move compared to companies with less number of shares and extreme momentous high volume. If you have a company with a lot of shares, right, think of the supply and demand. The stock price is not going to move as much, whereas the company with fewer shares is going to have a wider move because there's going to be a higher demand for those limited shares. These kind of opportunities, right, that are being presented right here in the monkeypox saga are perfect for a swing trade or, yes, even a day trade. So we go back to the stock chart here, right, APDN, and look, just a quick note about trading stocks such as this name. You have to be aware that these kind of moves are subject to the trading of the stock being halted. In other words, at moments during the trading day, the stock will not be able to be traded due to increased volatility. Why am I bringing this up? Because this stock on Tuesday was halted over 20 times, which is a ridiculous number of trading halts. Second, so that was all point one. Point two, I can tell you just from my personal experience, we're seeing cases pop up in Florida, and the odds of a slowdown don't look so hot for the time being. We're seeing a crazy number of cases in New York City. This is continuing to be a developing story, and specifically, APDN revealed on Tuesday, August 2nd, that 2022, that the company would reveal its starting analytical validation of a monkeypox virus test, and it is working with the New York State Department of Health. If all goes well, then the company can submit for approval to the State Department of Health. And well, Dave, what does approval mean? It means that if approved, then the company will be able to move forward with plans to use it for monkeypox virus testing. And you have a quote here from Dr. James A. Hayward, the president and CEO of Applied DNA. And he said, based on our experience with the COVID-19 pandemic, we are keenly aware of the crucial role PCR-based diagnostic tools can play in responding and helping to control public health outbreaks. With a proven workflow and testing services born of COVID-19 upon test approval, ADCL stands ready to apply its testing capacity in service of New Yorkers' health. So again, I love the idea of taking this opportunity and using it to your advantage in the market. This is not a stock I would be long-term holding. This is just a really good short-term trade opportunity. Look at this chart. I mean, this thing has just been on a downtrend and not that much volume, and this is not something you want to be long in, pretty much. This is just a nice, beautiful trading opportunity. And that's going to be leading to my next and final point here. The meme stock power. What do I mean by this? There's definitely a rush of retail and all kinds of small stocks shooting up to the moon with massive gains and squeezes to the upside. We just had a momentous week in the stock market. And that is the kind of market that we are trading in right now. It's not a bad idea to get some exposure and risk, only what you're comfortable losing with. If you're betting the house on one of these low quality assets or penny stocks, which are loaded with traders going quickly in and out, you're not going to sleep well at night. And here at the Trade Study, we have a big emphasis on getting our much needed sleep and rest. It's important to keep the mind healthy because then you will exercise better judgment and execution on your investments and trades. So what does the exit look like on this trade for me? Well, I know there are some bag holders in this name from 2020 when this small stock picked up steam rallying off of COVID news, and then it came to an end. I'm looking for that same pop and fade here. So I really actually like the $7 target, which you can see we have hit that $7 target, and you have seen many traders cashing out here. I even have an alert set up here for when it crosses 7 again. I could keep an eye out for it and maybe take some profits. I know somebody reached out to me and told me, hey, I've just been cashing out 7. I bought shares originally at $4.50, cashed out at 7. They were able to buy back on the dip here and rinse and repeat. So they are pretty much trading the range. That's another strategy that you can do as well. The reason why 7 is such a big point is because there's an enormously large sell wall taking place here at this price level. And those who are trying to grab cheap shares at 3 and 4 are cashing out at 7, which has that heavy resistance. But on another note, if we do breach that 7 level, oh yeah, you can expect an explosive upside move to 9, possibly even 10. And I would just cash out and call it a day. But please note, I am not saying that this is going to happen. You will need to come up with your own plan and exercise your best judgment. I won't get it right every time, and we have seen both cases play out in the biotech world with big wins and losses. And on that note, guys, that's all I have for you on this trade today and the monkeypox situation or saga, whatever you want to call it. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this, make sure to hit subscribe. And I'm also on Instagram at The Trade Study, where I post some content and fun stuff there too. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.